So, I know I said I'd take a quick break off these gachas, however, I saw the 2.4 live stream for Wuwa and I did get a little bit of a hip in my step back to grind the game a little more, and so this led to me being able to get Brant, right? I was able to get Brant, absolutely massive. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Absolutely massive. I got Brant. Now, I can't afford his weapon currently. However, if what people are saying is true, these Annie rerun banners won't actually affect a character's normal rerun schedule. So, I am planning to just pull his weapon whenever he reruns, of course. Right. So, the reason I pulled Brant is because, in all honesty, I care about Lupa more than I care about Cartethia. And one of the strongest teams, if not the strongest team for Lupa, is Hypercarry Brant. So I want to run Hypercarry Brant with my S2 SK, as he looks incredibly fun to play, right? I am fully aware Cartethia will probably be, stronger than Brant, and Cartethia will be easier to play than Brant, as Brant has a decently high skill ceiling. However, that's exactly why I pulled him. I came back to this game. I want to learn how to play it and its characters. I don't exactly want to stay, like a complete newbie who doesn't really have an idea of how to play the game, right? So that's my brand stuff. However, let's go into the 2.4 live stream, or mainly just the drip marketing, to be honest, as that's all I really want to talk about outside from like 10 extra polls and the TCG, all that. I've been seeing all of this in leaks, so I already know everything, right? But the drip marketing for a lot of these characters I wasn't aware was going to release, as the leakers did not post anything about this earlier, right? So first we have Augusta, who I'm pretty sure is probably, putting Twitter and social media up in flames currently. You can just tell by how she looks. Everybody's going to be making Mavwika and Augusta comparisons and saying Augusta is way better, this, that. I'm literally saying this when I haven't seen it yet. I'm just assuming so. After Augusta, we got Yuno, who in my opinion is very, very beautiful. However, I don't have any need for Yuno. According to current leaks, she might be like a heavy attack buffer, and she will probably be a best in slot teammate with Augusta, in all honesty, right? Arrow heavy attack buffer. The reason I say this is because Yuno represents the moon and Augusta represents the sun, and according to leaks, I think they're running on the exact same patch. So it's likely that these two are either meant for each other, or for some reason Kuro actually decided to make a character that pretty much only Gian will likely use. So I don't know if they actually care about Gian all that much, in all honesty. So I do think that these two are probably going to be meant to be paired together, right? Once again, I think she's so fucking hot, but I just don't want to pull her because I have other priorities with all the other characters that got drip marketed. After this, we have Galbrina, right? Now, Galbrina is also just looking really fucking sick, especially with her right arm. Her hand seems to be distorted in some type of way. She's also a gunner, so we all know, the only limited gunner character I think in the entirety of this game, even currently, is Carlotta. And gunner characters are pretty much complete cheat codes when it comes to doing like the holograms and endgames, because it's just so fucking easy to dodge and shoot from far away, right? So depending on how strong Galbrina ends up being, once again, another character I want to pull, right? And even outside of, all the meta shit, she just looks absolutely amazing. After this, we have, oh my god, a male. Would you guys fucking believe it? I'm probably going to butcher his name, but his name is Qui Yan. He looks like if Jing Yuan and Don Hung had a son, right? And they had the aura farming ability of Blade. That is exactly how this looks right now. Apparently, he's supposed to be a swordsman. You can't really see a sword in the drip market, but, that's what's leaked. So if he is a lone swordsman, then I am looking forward to his animations, to his, ability in combat, all that. Now, I do have to say, I'm a little worried about this character, and it's for one simple reason. His entire drip market coloring is based around Arrow, right? Now, this is WooWa, this is gacha games, right? Sometimes you can get baited by the color matching and they end up being something completely else. But I do have to say that his background fucking screams Arrow, right? And I believe the only two limited males that we have in WooWa currently are Brant and Qui Yan, and that's a fusion and an Arrow character. So getting two limited Arrow characters before getting like an Ice one or like a Spectro one, a Havoc one, right? I don't exactly like that. I don't really want two Arrow limiteds this quickly when we're already missing a lot from the other elements, but we'll see how this ages. I think there is a chance that if he isn't Arrow, he could maybe be like, maybe Spectro. It's really a stretch. It's really a stretch with his drip marketing, but let's move on, right? After this, we have Prolova. Prolova, I mean, I don't think anyone can say anything against this woman. Once again, just absolutely beautiful. I have been waiting for her since 1.0, but a few patches ago, I decided to just completely skip her because unfortunately, her best in slot teammate will be Canarella. Canarella is the only character in this game who can buff Echo skill damage, so it'll be Prolova, Canarella, and likely Roshia. But I don't want to pull Canarella. Canarella is one of my least favorite characters in the entirety of the game. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip Prolova, especially with how many other characters that recently got drip marketed that caught my interest, right? And then after Prolova, we have Chisa. So according to current leaks, you know, you could say this is like a story spoiler or whatever. Chisa should be very late in version 2, if not the latest character of everyone being drip marketed to release, and that's because she should be from the new Federation. Now, Chisa is hot, right? This is basically like the classic Japanese, you know, girl type of character in these games. She kind of reminds me of Rio from Blue Archive, and red eyes, black hair, you know, the sailor uniform. The combination of those three is just like, you gotta win, right? You got an automatic win. I'm pretty sure Chisa is currently on, you know, track to be the most liked drip market in WooWa's entire history. I could be wrong, but at least on the JP side of things, I think that her post is already at like 80k plus likes, and it's only been like 4 or 5 hours. So this is easily the most hyped character also for me, right? And so that's all the drip marketing we got. Now, my current polling plans are just really fucked right now. There seems to only be one patch where I will be guaranteed skipping, which is Augusta and Yuno, so that's nice. But I need to pull Lupa in the next patch, and whenever Brant reruns, I'm pulling his weapon as well, right? So the two characters that I am guaranteed pulling on in the future are Galbrina and Chisa. These are the two absolutely guaranteed ones that I really want to get, because Chisa just looks absolutely beautiful. She's probably going to have really good animations as well. And then Galbrina looks cool, right? Galbrina, to me, is kind of like Fei Xiao in HSR in a way, right? Fei Xiao, I was almost going to quit HSR at one point around 2.4, and then when Fei Xiao got drip marketed, it brought me right back into the game, because this is a badass looking woman that is likely going to be badass in the story and have really fucking good animations. And Gunner is my favorite you know, type of weapon for a character in the entirety of the game. Gunner characters are my favorite, and she has blue flames. So this is likely going to be a blue flame Gunner, which you can't tell me that doesn't just, you know, turn on the neurons, right? Make you super fucking excited and hyped. That sounds like it has really, really good potential for combat and animations. And the character I might pull, depending on how their gameplay goes or how strong they are, is the man Qui Yan, right? He has a very good design. I even have it up on a community post on my channel currently, comparing Gian versus Qui Yan and their drip markets. The amount of detail on Qui Yan's drip market is fucking insane. Like, this is a really, really good male design. Now, once again, I am a little bit iffy on it with him being another arrow character. Me personally, it doesn't affect me too much because I don't even own Gian in the first place. However, I do have to say I hope he is a different element, not arrow, right? He looks so fucking cool, man. I look forward to all these characters. Once again, I'm going to be taking a break from Wuwa, like a bit, right? By break, I mean I'm going to be on and off on the game and not playing it consistently like every day, because I am going to prioritize my mental health instead of trying to play 4 gacha games all at the same time, so I can have more valid opinions. And either way, over time, as I play Wuwa more and more, even without playing it daily, I will just get better naturally, and that way I'll form better opinions just the same way I did in HSR. Thanks for watching the video. Love you all. Let me know who you guys is your favorite out of all these drip markets. Once again, mine is personally Chisa. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.